It's your host, Tim the Mega Retro, coming at you from the intergalactic year of 1980. Whoa, we got a good show tonight for you, and we are kicking it live. So it's KISS the whole entire month of September. Goodbye. And hello, October, you beautiful, beautiful lady, you. So, where to begin? The first thing I want to talk about is this beautiful place in Bedford, Texas. Yes, I'm a Texan, as you probably know by now, but this place in Bedford, Texas, lo and behold, has the most beautiful arcade I've ever seen. The Quarter Lounge Arcade in Bedford. A mystical place in the middle of almost, well, a beautiful city. That is, in the middle of near Dallas. But honestly, this is the most glorious arcade. It's only $3 to get in. And it's 25 cents for every game that your heart desires. I've had tons of pictures on Facebook, and I talked highly about it. I've had people come up to me and say, Tim, when are we going to go to this arcade? I was like, come with me. It's beautiful. There's like every beautiful arcade cabinet I can think of. There's pinball machines and everything, especially Pinbots, and also Star Wars Episode 1, and glorious The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings ones, and even Metallica Pinball, which rocked the Casbah. But the most beautiful, iconic thing was an original Asteroids Deluxe next to the Space Invaders, the 25th Silver Edition Anniversary Edition. Dig Dug and the whole shebang. Donkey Kong Jr. versus Super Mario Brothers. The only thing missing, I think, was pretty much versus Excite Bike, which is personally my favorite of all time. So, honestly, we were sitting there just for like at least a good 2 hours just cramming in there. And then next door was this awesome gift shop. The gift shop pretty much is nostalgia 101. Every toy from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s are all crammed in there. We're talking Star Wars. We're talking Ghostbusters, Gargoyle from Disney. We're talking Jurassic Park, the 1993 ones. The real, like, gigantic T-Rexes that were made out of rubber material. It was really awesome because the new ones, I don't like it. But also, all the X-Men toys and the G.I. Joes mint in the box. And a freaking Jabba the Hutt in the box, complete mint too. And original G1 Transformers, man. We're talking like Grimlock. We're talking freaking everybody. And an original Starscream. I would kill to get that picture, but man, she was gorgeous. I was just in awe of how much nostalgia was right in there. Again, the Quarter Lounge Arcade in Bedford, Texas. By far, bar none, the best arcade I have seen in Texas next to me. Also, there's another one called the Galloping Ghost. I can't remember exactly where it's at, but the Galloping Ghost, and this one's really sweet, dude. I had to stop and everything when I saw X-Men Children of the Atom and Marvel Superheroes in arcade. Are you ready to believe us? Because this is arcade, it just rocks the Casbah. We have Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, and more shoot-em-ups that your heart desires. There was Skyward, there was Sky Kids, Sky Raiders, Strikers 1945. I can just go on and on. Oh, and a beautiful dedicated cabinet of WrestleFest from Technos Games, the creators of Double Dragon. Beautiful WWF arcade cabinet. It's like a dual screen, the whole shebang. I haven't seen one of those since I was 8 years old in '88, man. Great stuff. So, as soon as I walked into the gift shop, the first thing I caught was the most amazing thing ever. Now, how many people know about this one? But only hardcore retro gamers know this secret. The ColecoVision actually had an adapter that allows you to play Atari 2600 games. I present to you the Atari Expansion Module #1. This thing rocks the Casbah, baby. You just slap it in there in the middle of the ColecoVision and ready to go. For all your freaking Atari needs, baby. And it's cool, you have 2 ports on the side. You can even play the freaking Atari controllers on it, and it just rocks. And the thing is, the truth is, this baby actually caused a lot of headaches in 1982 because, well, Coleco was actually taken to the cleaners, aka lawsuit. The rule of thumb is, what I heard was they had to pay a quarter for every single cartridge that was paid, that was actually sold. So every single one of them, they had to add up quick. So this beautiful expansion is really kick-ass, but it caused Coleco to almost go kaput by 1985. So I don't think they lost a whole bunch of money because, I mean, if you can play Atari 2600 games on the Coleco, that's okay. But nowadays, with all that fire burned down, we're all right with it. Moving right along, other games also found finally a beautiful copy of Q*bert for the ColecoVision. Ooh, Now, the one thing I gotta harp on is people can't tell the difference between an Atari game and sometimes a ColecoVision game. Sorry. So the biggest problem is the way it's designed. See, Parker Brothers always designed their cartridges like this. But as you can tell, it was actually published by Parker Brothers. You know, the guys who make all the famous board games, you know. So all the cartridges look exactly identical. If you were to hold up this version next to the Atari like 5200 version, and also next to the actually Intellivision version, they almost look exactly identical, but it's just the size. The biggest element of the Coleco games is the actual grooves right here. And also on the back of it has this little tiny space that actually holds. And you can see that? It actually holds the insert. Now what an insert was, you slide it over the actual controller and it tells you exactly what the buttons did. But each controller looks like a freaking phone. You know, it has a dial-up pad, but it wasn't made for the phone's purposes. Trust me on that one. So basically that was our extra button, so to speak. But this is the only way to tell. But here's a beautiful copy of the original Q*bert for a ColecoVision. But another shocker was a gorgeous copy of Konami's beloved Time Pilot. Oh yeah, this game is really sick. It even came with the original instruction booklet. You don't find these very often, but yeah, there it was, like $6. Couldn't pass that up. If you're loving the soundtrack, check out New Retro Wave. New Retro Wave is legit, okay? You want to get trapped in the 80s? Come with me, my friends. I'll give you some more power. Also, I've been having a huge binge of compilation games. Compilation games are just amazing. If you have any kind of console that can play these suckers, get one. They're awesome. First thing I talk about is I finally found this real beautiful gem. It is Namco Museum 50th Anniversary Edition for the original Xbox. This game is crammed with 14 beautiful classics. We're talking like Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Pole Position, Boscani, Miss Pac-Man, Rolling Thunder, and Dragon Spirit. Now the thing is that makes this baby really shine compared to the other, because Namco Museum's been re-released God knows how many times. But this one's really neat because Rolling Thunder, Dragon Spirit, and Galaga 88. All you awesome guys out there and ladies, you know that Galaga 88 was actually definitive. It was even released on the TurboGrafx 16. Which, speaking of, TurboGrafx 16 is actually in the limelight again because the beautiful company of Hyperkin, yes, that's Hyperkin. Oh yeah, I've seen the future of retro gaming, my friends, and it is Hyperkin. Hyperkin, seriously, send me something cool. They're actually made an AV adapter for the TurboGrafx 16. So you actually have a TurboGrafx 16, you can just slap that bad boy on the back of it and you can play an audio video. So it's really cool. So, honestly, I gotta say that Hyperkin is just, they never hold back. You've probably seen many of their products, especially like the Superboy. You've probably seen stuff like the Retrons. The Retrons are amazing. They make all kinds of, they got an Atari one, the Retron 77, which I actually had the opportunity to actually play at the Classic Game Fest in 2018, which was back in Austin, Texas. Really awesome convention, I do say, and a lot of awesomeness. But between that one and the Retropalooza, really sweet, especially the cameos. But I have to say, though, this game is really sick, dude. Yeah, I do recommend it, but I thought everything was great. Also found a beautiful copy, finally, of Ninja Gaiden Black on the original Xbox. This one actually is kind of a bear to find lately, I've noticed, because, well, this is the backwards compatibility of this, is you can play it on the Xbox One, for God's sakes. It's really good. I mean, it really shapes up nicely. And also, if you have an Xbox One X, it's in 4K too, which is weird how this, you just pop in the disc and it's ready to go. You just gotta install it, of course, like, you know, like a normal PC game. But seriously, this is really sick, dude. And also, the creme de la creme of my compilation disc is Midway Arcade Origins. If you have a PS3 or an Xbox 360, please get this game. Also works on the Xbox One as well. This game contains over 30 beloved Atari and Midway arcade classics crammed in there. We're talking like Gauntlet 1 and 2, Rampage, Joust 1 and 2, also, let's see, Total Carnage, Smash TV, Vindicators Part 2, Wizard of War, I'm just naming off the back of it, honestly, Root Beer Tapper, Robotron 2084, Sinistar, Beware I Live. Yes. This game is just so sick, but it's yeah, definitely a must-have for any hardcore. And the biggest thing I don't like, the PS3 version is really cheap to find, but this version version, the HTC, its value went up because it's backwards compatible, which is another deal breaker for me. That I can't stand that. I can't play my beloved Rampage unless I have to pay an arm and a leg. But luckily, if you catch it just right, you can catch them off guard. Evil Bay is a blessing and a curse. It's a necessary evil, they call it. Basically, if you time it just right, you can get one of these games real cheap. And actually, they come with the original manual too, so I was very happy on that one. But my personal holy grail for this entire week, I will have to say, is a gorgeous copy of Metroid, the Yellow Edition for the NES. This beautiful re-release copy of it was from 1993. When the NES Top Loader came out, if you know what the Top Loader is, please Google it, because it's a beautiful masterpiece. But there was 4 NES games re-released in North America with different labels and different variants. Like the Zelda 1 and 2 was great cartridges, and of course there was Metroid and Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, retitled just simply Punch-Out, because Mike Tyson was removed due to the allegations from 1992. And yes, he was guilty. So, there was a place called Mr. Dream, which was some white dude. Not as cool, but still, but yeah, there's 4 of them. And also, apparently, in Europe, there was a 5th one. It was actually Mario Brothers the Arcade, which has a really awesome label on it. We never got it. But here it is, Metroid, the re-release version. I love it. A lot of people, I bet a few people who don't like it because, you know, they like the old school 86 version. With this 93 re-release, it looks gorgeous. Now you're asking, is there any difference? Not really. It's just the exact same game, just that label variant. So for collectors, it's a real pretty gem. Also, for all the fans, had to get some more retro action. So got some PS1. I got Intellivision, classic games from the Intellivision on the PS1. This one's not too bad. The load times are atrocious, I will say. So you have to be really patient because, you know, load times are... But for old PS1 games, that was the biggest problem. If this was on the Sega Saturn, it probably would have loaded faster. But I had some good stuff. There was actually one that was a Stadium Mud Buggy. Stadium Mud Buggies is a really underrated racer for the Intellivision. I do recommend it by far. Yeah, but it's pretty cool because there's also they made all kinds of compilations. Activision published a lot of them. This is before Activision started just going all Call of Duty crazy. Okay, kids. So if you never heard of Activision, in their bad days, Activision was a pretty badass name. In the 70s and the 80s, they published a lot of kick-ass stuff until, you know, Call of Duty showed up. Oh well, they're rich, so they got the money. But for all the PS1 fans, I got one more goodie for you. I can't believe I didn't have a copy of this. Destruction Derby! This game is timeless. It didn't age too well, but Destruction Derby 1 and 2. Destruction Derby actually was released on the PS1 and the Sega Saturn. And except the PS1 only got part 2, but still, this is a real, because Psygnosis, man, when they launched on the actual PlayStation, they had Wipeout and Destruction Derby. They made phenomenal games. And my question is, where are they now? I mean, sure, Wipeout's still around to this day, but I wish this would get a reboot, a remake, or something, because Destruction Derby needs no introduction. It's a beloved classic. That's why it's the greatest hits, right? Whoa. I don't care who you are. Green's my favorite color, so let you know. A lot of people hate this crap. Me, I love it. I was like, I know the discs are ugly as sin, and I'm like, but the game plays. I'm a gamer, dude. Gamer. We like to play. We want to play the game. I don't care what it looks like. Just as long as the copy's clean, pretty, and all that, I'll play it. Fine, whatever. But if I actually end up buying later original copy with it, I'm okay with swapping it out or whatnot. I'm okay. But if I want to play it now, I'm good. Also, in kind of a semi-retro news, I did find this. I didn't know the Nintendo Switch had this, but it's Azura Striker Gunvolts Dual Pack. Contains part 1 and 2 from the 3DS, but remastered for this Nintendo Switch. This is a really kick-ass little compilation here. So I got this for like $20 at a GameStop, I think it was. Yeah. But yeah, I do recommend this one because it's just like, if you love Mega Man X, this is going to be right up your alley. It's really badass and it really kicks it up a notch. And also, speaking of other retro news, I actually got some really awesome surprises from some dear friends of mine. They gave me an early birthday gift, and I'm going to show like maybe 5 of them real quick. One thing I also personally love to collect is my PSP, the UMD movies. So UMD movies are really a hoot. I just like them because actually they're just, all they are is just like a modified version of a DVD. So I got stuff like John Carpenter's Escape from New York. These are actually full-fledged movies. They're not games. So, and my biggest surprise is actually finding Halloween on PSP. Portable Michael Myers. Need I say more? So that was really awesome. Also, I didn't know Batman Begins was on the dang format. UMD means Universal Media Disc. This format did not last long in America, not by far. But over in Europe, it lasted longer than we did. Because we only had it for like, I want to say from the day the PSP launched in 06 all the way to about 2011. It's only about a good 4 or 5 year run. That was it. But Europe, they took it to a whole nother level. You can actually find the entire Harry Potter movie collection on that format, which is creepy. Oh, and I had to get this, especially for Halloween, next to Michael Myers Halloween. But Saw 1 and 2, I want to play a game. But I saw that and I was like, man, there's so many. It just trips me out to find out like that was in format. Like I actually found Idle Hands with Seth Green in that format, which was just blew my mind. But I want to thank my friends so greatly for actually finding these movies for me, because yeah, these things are just awesome. Finally, the biggest huge surprise, especially in time for Halloween, is Castlevania is being re-released for the PS4. It's called Castlevania Requiem, which contains exactly 2 great Castlevania games. You got Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Castlevania Rondo of Blood, for just exclusive of the PS4, which is ironically is exclusively on the PS4 and just in time for the Netflix Season 2 of Castlevania, the animated series. Kudos and happy Halloween on that one. So I am Tim, the Mega Retro Geek. I want to thank you so much for tuning in and tuning out to the past, because I am more than happy to do this for me. If you have any questions, you have any things, and also number one, please subscribe. Oh my God, I forgot I'm back on YouTube. I keep forgetting I'm doing this. I used to do this live on my Facebook. Now it's on YouTube, so you can watch me anytime you want. So again, thank you, my friends, for joining me, and I want you to do me one big Flavor Flav. Stay retro, my friends.